Welcome to 107.7 Music for Life.
Thank you.
Deneka Thomas, but you're no stranger to us. You are part of our free speech project, so it's a pleasure to have you in studio. You're part of the Ojo fam, and it's great to know that you're being celebrated in this way, that your work is in the spotlight yet again.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what does it feel like winning such a grand prize?
I'm just grateful for the opportunity to continue doing the work that I've been doing before.
Right.
And just get that visibility for the people like me who working in the background, and you don't really hear about it every day. I guess the slam is also another opportunity to like let people know that these things are happening.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, $50,000, that was the prize that you won. That is a life-changing sum. What are some of the things you're thinking of doing with that?
I've actually not have time to think about what I'll use the money for. For now,
Right.
I'll just invest it. And
Smart.
Yeah, the future brings a lot of surprises. So hopefully, that helps with whatever comes.
Yeah. Well, with the power in your poetry, we know you have a good head on your shoulders. Definitely. But, part of that, as you said, part of the publicity that would have gained from it, you said, people like you are usually working in the background. So tell us some more about that. Speak to us of that.
Well, currently I'm working as program manager of Girls Be Heard, as you said before. And what we do is we use spoken word poetry and theater to amplify the voices of young women. So we're currently working in Bishop Centenary.
Okay.
And this is our second year working with a group of girls from that school.
Yeah.
And we hold 2 shows for the year. We hold a mid-year showcase. We hold an end-of-year show production. And, you get to see these girls who come from hard backgrounds, who don't have all of the opportunities, just blossoming over a period of time. So that's some of the work that I do, but you won't hear about that every day. And we need more of that in schools. We need, young girls to have these opportunities to be able to express themselves.
Isn't it beautiful to see a caterpillar turn into a butterfly? Tell me of these challenges you see these young ladies coming with and how they're able to morph into understanding who they are as individuals. Tell us.
So we have students who come with issues that, like, from domestic violence to abandonment to mental health issues, and they come into the class, they're shy, they don't know what these teaching artists come to do, and then we teach them how to use poetry, and we teach them how to write, and we teach them how to write scripts, and we expose them to the world of spoken word and theater and art. And the good indicator of it is coming to the mid-year showcase and seeing them. It's just an open mic. Some of them scared, first time they ever touching a stage. And then, moving forward, you see them blossom, students, like, they start off not hugging you, and then one day they magically just come and they embrace you, like those little things. It just shows you the power of just being invested in youth. And then we have the mid-year showcase where everybody out of their shells. When we had the mid-year showcase, a student told me last week, she was like, when is our next show? She's one of the persons who was so scared, and she was nervous, and she was actually like about to pass out on the night of the show. And now she's like, I have a thirst for the stage, like, when is our next show? And so it's just seeing that in front of you is really amazing.
Magnificent. Congratulations on such
you.
great work. And thank you for giving back, because so many people forget to do that. They're doing great things, but they forget to assist others in discovering themselves and doing great things. So that's excellent. However, as a teacher, there's always a skeleton that teachers go with when it comes to putting forward a lesson. What are some of the things that you always ensure you have to do to get that essence to really flow out of these young ladies?
Well, we have a curriculum.
Right.
And Girl Be Heard really started in New York, so they made the foundation. They have the foundation.
Okay.
So we have a curriculum that we use, and what I do is that I try to just make it as local as possible. So even the songs that we choose, the poets that we choose to feature, the people that we bring to present every now and then are people who are completely, Trinidadian or Caribbean, and basically we must have like artistic activities. We try to keep the girls on their feet as much as possible, and it's facilitated learning. So it's not like I'm imposing my beliefs on them. It's I pose questions, I pose ideas, and get the girls to kind of discuss it.
You want them to
themselves.
own their beliefs.
Yeah, so we kind of like just guide the process. So if today we're doing bullying, then I want to know about their experience. I want to know what they think are solutions. I want to hear their poems on bullying and how they could help and how we could help, you know, how they could be a part of the change. So that's usually what we do.
Right. It's not about cloning. It's about ensuring you celebrate someone's individuality.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, girl, be heard. And I want to hear more about you, your poetry. When did you start writing? And when did you discover that you had this talent?
Clear as throat. I wrote my first something, not poem, not song. Not
What was the first something?
It was a calypso in primary
school. Can I get a little
school.
taste of the calypso?
Boy.
Just a...
Just now, I'm trying to remember.
Carrying your far back, girl.
Yeah, because what happened with this calypso, it was my first calypso, and I wrote the first verse. I was in standard 2,
right?
And I wrote the first verse.
So in standard 2, you wrote the first verse of the calypso. You entered the competition.
Yeah. And I was having trouble like finishing it. Like I didn't know how to finish it. So I had the verse and I had the chorus. And my mom was good friends with the late Brian Honore. And, you know, she carried me by him and she was like, this is what she has. And he was like, well, sing it for me. And I sang it. And he helped me finish. He helped me finish the song.
Can I use his words? Well, sing it for me.
I can't remember the song. Maybe before the interview finish, I'll remember.
I will make sure you remember. But I know you remember this because it was not too far away. Could you share with us some of what you gave in the finals for the Grand Slam?
Sure. Oh, okay. At the end of the medieval period, I was built into houses, constructed into bedrooms. My sole purpose was to be a prayer place, a keepsake, a place where people could go and meditate. Over time, I became a place for storage, to hold things like jackets, shirts, pairs of bloody shoes. Today I hold things like shame, family secrets, people's identities, myths, monsters hiding in the dark. I hold limbs limp in corners for having spent too much time in the dark. It's the 21st century and I have become a place to hang things. I have lines running in me from wall to wall. I am the site of many hangings like shirts and ties and suits and people.
Powerful. Thank you.
Thank
you for sharing that. And with that, what kind of zone do you usually have to be in when it comes to your writing?
Just before I performed, I was going through different stages. So I came to Napa and I was like super excited, and then when it came to the last hour, when they were like we need to go inside because we're about to start the show, I was excited and confident, and then like 20 minutes before I was supposed to perform, I started gradually just getting really, really, really nervous. And actually Idris Salim, he had to sit like right before I went on, he was just sitting down, just sending mantras my way, you know, breathe, channel your energy, calm down, relax, and that really helped, because I'm usually, the truer the story, the harder it is to like open yourself up and perform on a stage.
Of course.
And it's not easy. People think spoken word poetry is this thing that you could just wake up this morning and do, and it's not easy to get that story out exactly the way you need to, but also the courage to stand up on stage and tell your truth is like even harder. You know, so I usually have to get in a zone where I'm like calm in order to be able to perform any piece.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so very much for sharing with us. Again, congratulations. We appreciate you joining us in studio here at 107.7 Music for Life.
Thanks for having me.
We celebrate you, and through celebrating you, we celebrate all women. We do it weekly, one woman at a time. Thank you for allowing us to celebrate you today, Deneka Thomas.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. And in wrapping up, I want you to please share with me some words that you'll say to young ladies in terms of owning that power that they have.
I would say, for every young woman out there, we have Girl Be Heard. I have my Facebook. If you need to find out how to get involved and how to become better at just having an avenue to express yourself and to tell your story, please don't be afraid to message me. And be brave, and just continue to walk in your truth and be unapologetic about it, because we could only be our true selves.
I like that. Be unapologetic about it. We can only be our true selves. We're going to hold on to that. Our Woman of the Week. Wow! Deneka Thomas. Thank you for joining us.